neighborhoods and figuring out who's doing what, when, how. I said too many officers. I should maybe have not said too many. I didn't say most. I didn't say the majority. I didn't say all. It's a few, very few. I should have used the word like a few of the. I got that. I apologize profusely to the men and women in blue.
The reaction to the councilman's comments was swift. The mayor's office issued a statement calling his words unfortunate, inaccurate, and inappropriate. And Fraternal Order of Police President Bob Cherry said he was shocked.
For him to insinuate or suggest that our police officers are out there tipping off drug dealers on who's calling 911 on them, and for dragging a broad paintbrush across every member of the police department as being corrupt is not only outrageous and inflammatory, it's just outright untrue.
Nearly 30 people have been shot in Baltimore City since Friday. 10 people were killed. On the radio, Bob Cherry acknowledged what Councilman Stokes says he meant to emphasize, that some officers shouldn't be on the force. Both say that pointing fingers is not the answer.
We don't go around saying it's the police fault or it's the citizens' fault. I don't want to hear that. I want us to work together. I want us all to realize we got some thugs where we shouldn't have thugs.
And now we've learned that Commissioner Batts issued an internal message to his officers about the councilman's statements. In part, he said that the comments were offensive and that the department cannot be distracted from its mission. Reporting live at City Hall, Kai Reed, WBAL TV 11 News.
Let me come to the lines, because we don't want thugs in blue jeans, and we don't want thugs in blue uniforms as well, man, as I said before. 410-761-1592. And if they're going to take credit when crime is down, take credit when crime begins to come around. And that's the part of this urban myth that they don't want to talk about, man. The appearance of your mayor working hard when she's hardly working, as well as others down there inside of the Baltimore City Police Department as well, and in the mayor's office. So I'm coming to the line, 410-761-1592. You can get in on the conversation as we're talking about, again, this issue of crime in the city of Baltimore. With that, we'll come to the lines. Good afternoon, caller. You're on the State of the City.
Good afternoon, brother Miles.
Yes, sir. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing fine.
Good. Thoughts, comments? You agree with the councilman?
Absolutely. I can't agree more with the councilman. And
Yes,
I'm
sir.
glad he had the balls to stand up and say what he said. I just wish he hadn't apologized. But
Yeah.
I understand he's a politician and this is a political game.
Right.
And sometimes you have to apologize when you really don't do it.
Yes, sir.
But the corruption is it.
Right.
And it's the people. And they try to put it on us.
Right. Yeah.
Other people won't cooperate. People
Right.
won't snitch.
Right.
It's bullshit.
Yeah,
They-
watch your language. Watch your language. Well, we saw what happened when police officers cooperate, right? And Officer Will Torbett, you was out there with us, man, right?
Man, they got to stop. And then stop and frisk. I see Republicans.
Not just they doing it, and they ain't doing it with how crime is up in the area where you live at, up and down the Alameda, Lock Raven, man. They using police, state police. They already occupying the hood. We want them to deal in terms of giving us some occupation, not occupying the community right now.
I'm down here in Highlandtown right now. They go, brother on the steps.
Yes, sir.
Shoes off. And
Right.
3 police.
Yeah.
Police.
Right.
Brother got nothing on but pants and the shirt.
Right, and robbing them of their dignity. I mean, how many cases have they settled out of court where they did a cavity check on a man on the front of a... They would never do a white man like that. They wouldn't go down there and do... Man, people go through the Orioles game, go through the Ravens game, and don't get treated the way some of these young brothers and sisters are being treated. How many more cases we got to pay out of court for, again, rogue elements acting as police officers when nothing could be further from the truth, all right?
Nothing. And then let the councilman know we're behind him. We're behind him.
Give him a
Don't be
call.
afraid.
Give him a
Don't
call.
be afraid.
Give him a call, 410-396-4811. As former Councilman Lawrence Bell say, pull your pants up. I say, pull your council persons up. Pull your politicians up while we're pulling our pants up, all right?
All right, brother.
Appreciate you checking in. And we'll take more of your calls, 410-761-1592, as we're looking at this issue of still the violence in the city of Baltimore and the silence in the city of Baltimore. And, of course, whether Councilman, well, I ain't got to ask you because I know he was right. And you know deep in your psychic, in your mind, in your soul, in your spirit what he was saying to be the truth and the God's honest truth. But we're those that stand with him and give him a call, 410-396-4811, to say thank you, Councilman, as well as thanking him for standing on Harbor Point And these billionaires or millionaires that want to continue to take more out of the city and don't give nothing to the city. Good afternoon, caller. You on the State of the City?
Assalamu alaikum, brother
Yes,
John Muhammad.
Walaikum salam. So your thoughts and comments?
Yeah, it is what it is. I knew the councilman was right. He shouldn't have had to even said that.
Yes, sir.
It is what it is. Dude, the nerve of this damn bat, saying, making that statement. Do he apologize when these damn jump out on these young men and women?
No, he didn't. He didn't apologize to the family of Anthony Anderson for Barksdale and his boys with that violent crime impact unit snuffing out the life of Anthony Anderson. He didn't. In fact, I think Barksdale is still on paid administrative leave, man. So Barksdale and others been allowed to stay there and continue to do what they're doing to citizens in the city. And now they're training these young cadets. They're not even getting the necessary 8 weeks or more training that they're supposed to have. They sending them right out into the streets as well to teach them wrong. So 2 wrongs don't make a right, but they going 2 wrong, 3 wrong, 4 wrong, and more wrong when it comes to how they execute, again, policies in certain neighborhoods and certain zip codes. So please continue, my brother.
Yeah, but I'm, like this. And as far as your mayor, do she apologize when you have faulty damn water bills and faulty red light camera tickets?
Oh, no.
She don't apologize to no citizens.
Oh, no. She never apologized to citizens who have lost their home. She didn't say if anybody has lost their home, we're gonna address this, and we're going to get everybody in. We got over 40,000 boarded up homes. You can't find one of those homes to replace a home for a home, but she running around talking about vacant the values. Well, you can't have no value. We can't have no values, and if you already vacant of values in terms of that mayor down there in City Hall, brother. All right?
Yeah, a lot of them, the councilman said, he said something. In my opinion, brother, I'm out here on these streets, a lot of them.
Yes, sir.
A lot of them is on the tape.
Yeah, they got a lot of them that's on the take. The Hispanics are on the take against their own people. The Asians on the take against their own people. The Caucasians are on the take against their people and our people and all other people, if I can keep it real. Then you got a lot of blacks that's on the take down there as well, brother.
And as long as those good officers are not saying a damn thing, it's going to be business as usual.
Well, yeah, they just as guilty as the ones that are committing the crime. If they see something and don't say something, is that new Homeland Security motto? See something, say something.
Don't ask, don't tell.
Yes, sir. All right, brother. Appreciate it now. With that, let me come back to the line, 410-761-1592. Good afternoon, caller. You on the State of the City.
Yeah, how you doing, Brother Darn?
I'm good, brother. Thoughts and comments on this, man?
That dirty Southwestern district had all them flex squad officers up there.
And the new violent crime impact unit is just the flex squad or the sex squad by just another name, brother. But please continue.
Had Parker and Turner, and then they said they purged themselves a bunch of cases.
Right, that's right.
And then put them on a warrant apprehension task force so they don't need their testimony.
That's right. Then you had the ones that kidnapped the young brother, took him out there to Howard County. My only
Right,
question is
took his shoes and cell phone.
how many other young brothers have they been kidnapping and taking to Howard County? You got Riviera that got fired for just grabbing a little white Jewish boy on a skateboard.
Skateboard at the harbor, right.
Them boys still on the force, man. People be lying about Smith and Francis. They still down there. They ain't going nowhere.
Gemini Jones and the other so-called.
Yes, sir. Right. I mean, I'm like, where do you want to start? Where do you want to end in terms of the corruption in that police department? You had one of the female sister officers and her daughter. What were they? Coochie coupon double dipping divas at what was
Depot.
Food Depot. I mean, where you want to go? Right. Then you had Debbie Owens. She got out of town. You had Bill Phil's brother with what he did to Officer Sewell, and they've gotten rid of good, decent, qualified. We remember Thurman Reed. I'm like, where do you want to go with me? Because I remember all of this like it's yesterday. And they've gotten rid of good qualified officers.
That was the police they busted in Southwestern for protecting drug dealers.
That's right. So you had so many, but never did they come out to apologize to the community. When you had one crooked police officer in D.C. shoot and kill a young boy over a dirt bike, the police commissioner, Lanier, even though she's a white woman, she came out and apologized to the young man, his family, the citizens of D.C., and said, we won't have none of this inside of our department. Yeah. You ain't never heard Bats talk like that, man. He got here before he was even sworn in, when Barksdale and the boys killed Anthony Anderson, and he said, we're going to go after the bad guys, and we're going after those that hurt people. Well, here was his opportunity to do it.
The shouldn't apologize.
No,
shouldn't
never,
apologize
brother.
for speaking the truth.
No, you don't never do that, all right? Appreciate you checking in now. Strong call, brother. John. All right, with that, we'll take more of your calls, 410-761-1592. Get in when you fit in when you get in. If we run out of time, I'll come back in tomorrow with the living legend, talk about this Trayvon, the Martin piece, because there's some more questions to that. And as I said, I'm going to get back into part 2 of Al Sharpton because I'm going to play this clip of Amy Goodman talking about Al Sharpton and how that campaign was run by Roger Stone and how Roger Stone and the boys helped George Bush to get in, which led to Judge Roberts becoming the chief judge, which led to Judge Alito getting in, and now it's led to your rights being turned back. But Al Sharpton fingerprints and his dog paws and everything else is all on it. So for some of you say, Brother Muhammad, what's your problem with Al Sharpton? I'm going to ask you why you don't have a problem with Al Sharpton. If I can keep it real. Why is it you don't have a problem with Al Sharpton? Let me come back to the lines. Good afternoon, caller. You on the State of the City.
Hey, Brother Darren. How you doing?
I'm good, Brother Aaron. Thoughts and comments, man, on this mess we're talking about with the councilman and, of course, just the ongoing crime in the city of Baltimore.
Well, you know what galls me? The night before last, Marilyn Mosby, who claims to want to be state's attorney,
right?
Do you know she had the audacity to say that the reason they don't have a high conviction rate is because we in the public don't trust the juries, don't trust the system, and until we trust the system, they'll never be able to do anything?
Yes, sir. But she was in the system, right? She was a prosecutor in the system, right?
And what galls me, too, is now everybody wants us to jump on board with her.
Right. And when Bernstein got rid of Jane Bledsoe, they tell me they escorted her out the building because she was talking about going after some of these crooked officers. But I never heard Marilyn Mosley come out and start snitching about what was going on inside the state's attorney's office.
We're supposed to jump on board with her because she's a black sister running for state's attorney.
Well, I got a lot of questions, brother. And she can call. And we can sit down and have a conversation publicly. But you're not just going to now come forward after you've been working from Bernstein, collecting a paycheck from Bernstein, and then all of a sudden now you say he's not tough on crime. Well,
then what gets me, too, is now is she part of the machine or what?
You know she's part of the machine. You can't get in there if you're not part of the machine.
And my thing is, all of a sudden, is her husband now no longer part of the machine or what?
Well, I don't know, brother, but I know as long as we was out there having street rallies with Dr.
He wasn't out there.
He was never out there. She was never out there. So I'm trying to figure out now who's funding all this. Well, all of a sudden they said that they're concerned, and their concern never leads to any real legislation and litigation.
Is she a put-up job by the machine?
Yes, sir.
To replace Bernstein in the event that he decides not to go.
Or decide not to go or wants to run for a higher office in the city of Baltimore on the state level. So we have to keep our eyes open for that. All right?
All right.
Appreciate it, Brother Aaron. Smart, intelligent call, and definitely analytical and critical. And we need that in 2013 because, as I shared with you before, the unseen is more powerful than the seen in 2013. Yeah, I mean, by evidence of what you've seen from the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court. And their decisions, and, of course, much more in terms of what's happening here on the city level, state level, and a national level. But let me come back to the lines. Good afternoon, caller. You're on the State of the City.
Paul Stokes needs just a tad of Darren Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
he got to do the State of the City a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more for sure, brother.
Maybe you'll pick up some tips because you are always prepared.
Yes, sir.
You would have let into him.
Yes, sir.
First off, what about Carl Stokes' freedom of speech?
Absolutely.
If that's his opinion, that's
right.
his opinion.
That's his opinion.
I would not apologize.
Yeah. Well,
how about those two white women that was the horseback riders?
Yo, you talking about
the bareback riders?
Jill and Kelly, right?
Right. How about I would tell them, I would tell backs, watch your back, sir,
yes,
the guy that's sitting in your very same seat was escorted out by the SWAT team.
Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
I mean, if you're so prepared.
Yes, sir.
That's why they wouldn't. That's why they won't call your show.
Oh no, brother! I got open lines. I don't have no screener.
I know you do. They won't call your show.
I don't have no screener.
They know what time you come on.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yes, sir.
And unless they told him, to watch himself because he might end up like Ken Hurst or something.
Right.
And
yes,
even then.
Right. That's right.
I gotta die someday.
Yes, sir.
I so what?
That's right, brother. Yes, sir.
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate you checking in. And we'll take more of your calls. 410-761-1592. Get in where you fit in where you get in this afternoon on the State of the City, man. But again, as I said before, we're going to have this conversation because there was a book out, I believe in the late 50s, early 60s, man, talking about the Negro. Was he an asset or a liability? And I think we've just about reached that point in this country that we're going to have that conversation like Sam Yet talked about in his book, The Choice, in terms of why this country doesn't want to integrate us and do right by people who have believed in this country more than this country has believed in itself. You believed in the Democratic Party more than the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, the Tea Party, the Weed Party, the Libertarian Party, or any of these other parties believed in themselves, man. The question is why they can't integrate us and give us all of the opportunities that all of these other people are receiving when they come into this city, man. They get the skills while you get the bills. They get the nails while your sons and daughters and your